Man, what the world? Send it again. Boy. Let's see if we're gonna get rolling. I need to set up my Twitch so it lets me know when people join the. I just happen to randomly look to my left on my other monitor and I see that nothing pops up on the screen. The person who did it already made a statement. Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go.
Jaguars, Ravens on EA Sports as we get set for today's Week 10 matchup.
Phil, we've got a couple of the best tight ends in the game on each sideline today, and they could be the difference makers.
You know, these tight ends, they can do it all. They're tremendous blockers for the running game. They got the speed to go down the field, and they got feet, Jim. You know, those quick feet, so even when they run those short routes, if there's man-to-man coverage, they're quick enough and shifty enough to still get away from
Alright, let's not have any face mask penalties.
The Ravens sat at the line. Dime package. First down at the 25. Still powering ahead. Davis is all over the ball carrier.
right up inside that tackle. Thought it was going to be a run play. They were all over, and they got in the backfield and made the tackle. Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of.
2nd and 13. He throws the pass. And it's caught by Alan Hearns. Smith's there to take him down.
The slant route made famous by the West Coast offense. Something that really, I thought, came in the league when Bill Walsh started with the 49ers in 1979.
Breaking huddle at the 15-yard line. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Toss play. And that's a gain of maybe 5. Here's a look at the Jaguars offense. They've shown this season they're not a team that's going to run the ball very much.
2nd down and 5.
In his hands, complete, touchdown. And Phil, what a way to make a statement by scoring so early in this game.
You know, Jim, I love making statements, and that's what this team did. They went out there and told the opposition, we are better, we're tougher, and take that.
That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20.
The person who sent it made an announcement in the league already. It's all right. I'm used to it.
The Ravens are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback.
There's some shifting around in the backfield.
The Jaguars with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime.
We'll try to
Looks
change
like
his
they're in
coverage
press
now.
coverage here.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
At the 34, 66 yards from pay dirt.
Running back in motion here. First and 10. Catch made. Here's a look at the Ravens offense. And boy, are they difficult to get to the sideline, as this team knows how, better than anyone in the league, knows how to convert on third down.
This will be second down.
Flacco will take it from the gun.
The catch is made by Justin Forsett.
You got to be agile when you make these kind of catches, running these short drag routes across the field. That time we saw the agility of the receiver. Nice catch.
Coming to the line at the 27.
Let's see how they back up the big play here. This play call is for the fullback. Brown's there to make the stop. And now here's the Jags defense. There they are in the top 3 when it comes to taking down the quarterback. And it's now second down and 5 after running it on first down. The Ravens come out with a split backfield. Second down and 5. He was looking for Smith, but this pass goes incomplete.
Throw the ball where it's supposed to be.
It'll be third down. Playing press coverage to the outside.
The Ravens have to get to the 17-yard line for a first down. Shotgun time here for Joe Flacco. Max, and he's in for the touchdown. What a play. What a run.
Tight ends
0-0.
a bigger and bigger part in the passing offense in the NFL. It leads to a touchdown this time. Nice job by the big guy just getting in position to make the catch.
The Jags are ready to return the kick.
Marshall's got it on the return.
Let me get him. Damn it.
And they're all over him at the 18-yard line.
The Jaguars offense taking the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. A solid touchdown drive.
Yeah, what a productive day so far for the offense. They're mixing it up well. They got confidence. The quarterback's throwing it well. This is a very good game so far. Look out here. They're going to blitz. They're all packing the line of scrimmage.
Suggs is the one who made the big stop.
The Jaguars offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
2nd down and 13. Elvis Dumerville brings the quarterback down.
Outside linebackers in the NFL, they are such tremendous athletes. They can do everything. How about that play that time? Good move, good speed, gets to the quarterback and gets a sack.
The Jaguars are at the line facing 3rd down, which was not an issue for them last week as they converted a number of times in crucial situations. Thomas standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
Looking down the field here.
Intercepted.
Makes up for that touchdown he
Let's
gave
see
up
if
early.
they can come up with some points off the takeaway. That's a big interception.
Jim, I really like how this game is going. It's fun to watch. Both sides are fighting each other. Who's going to make that play to get on top and really gain the upper hand? Well, we're going to find out.
They're winning the field position battle right here as they start the next drive. He sends the halfback in motion.
1st down at the 36.
And he's going to be tackled right around the 31-yard line.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a 1st down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on 1st down.
Jim, look at that. The defensive line all shifting down inside. They're expecting a run right up the middle.
Flacco sends it to Brown. How you perform inside the red zone is often the difference in a game, and we'll get an early taste of that.
No doubt about it, Jim. You got to be creative when you get in the red zone. We'll see what the offense calls.
Push them right into him.
Miller's able to read that play and make the hit.
Well, we see it more and more. Football's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They do it that time. Nice catch, but a loss of yards on the play.
This next play will take place at the 11. Flacco's got 2 tight ends on the field for this snap.
Second down and 11.
To Williams.
Touch the ball.
Can't hold on here as it goes incomplete.
When you get 3rd and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
Failing to connect there, 3rd down. The Jaguars go with the dime formation here on defense. And it's knocked down.
Good job that time by the defensive player. He reads the quarterback, gets in position down near his own end zone, knocks that pass down.
The kick is good. Nearing the end of the 1st quarter, and the 3 points on the board puts them ahead.
Got to feel good about that drive. That was nice. Of course, it didn't lead to a touchdown, but it was good enough to get you 3 points.
The Jaguars are back deep, ready to return the kickoff.
Marshall's got it. And he's tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars just gave up some big turnover points. Let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches look. You
defensive hold.
on the field.
Larry's way.
They're going to be
to a
point, but you got to
normally way.
You got to be
I
efficient
understand.
and get the job done.
Thomas is set. Empty backfield. The Jaguars from the 27. Robinson's there to catch a ball that had a lot of heat on it. From the shotgun.
Gimme. Catch the ball.
Intercepted.
Catch the ball.
And now here's the Ravens defensive lineup. What a strong secondary they have here, as they have really found a way to shut down opponents' quarterbacks. Thomas got it in the gun. Ball is out. They recovered the fumble, but now face 3rd and 7 here. Timeouts called, and we're going to step aside. Be back in just a moment. They recovered the fumble, but now face 3rd and 7 here. One more snap, and another quarter is in the books. He'll take the snap from the gun. Thomas is passed. Will go for addition this time.
Let's go.
And so now call on your anchor to put the ball.
There's a lot of anger in this punt.
Keeps his coverage. And now the offense comes on with their backs to the wall, having been let down by their special teams unit. The Ravens will be trying to make it 3 successful drives in a row. Hit the field on the offense, partner.
They got a great from the offense so far. In other words, they're good, so you need to keep all of these. They keep
My whole squad cooked
offensive
up.
players in positive frame of mind. You do that, hey, I wouldn't be surprised to see yards down here in store again.
The Ravens come to the line in a tight game here in the second quarter. The score's 10-7.
Woo!
Great grab there. Snags it with one hand. The Ravens are leading in this one, and a lot of that goes back to the play of this quarterback, Phil. Flacco's been on the mark to this point.
He has. He's one of the better throwers in the NFL. When you give him time like he's had here so far today, he is going to put it right on target.
Paul Posluszny makes the tackle.
Nobody cares. Just get the job done. Throw it deep down the field or throw it short to the running back, and look at those extra yards after the short pass.
Flacco's completion percentage 70% on the day. Press coverage all the way. First down here after the completion. Flacco from the shotgun. Looking across the middle. Brown's there to make the tackle. They come to the line of scrimmage. First down.
Sometimes they tell the receiver just to go long, run a fly route, run a 9 route, because that means straight ahead, or a streak. Show the speed that you have and get it done.
From the gun, Flacco. Almost intercepted.
Put that over his head.
This next play comes from the 30.
D-line is shifting inside. They're pinching. I think they're expecting a run up the middle.
Smith's going to pull in the bullet pass.
Jim, they got momentum on their side right now. They are making everything work. That was a nice play. They pick up another first down, and they got a good drive going here.
Let's see what they do on first down. Following that, Powers is way across. Touchdown. Another touchdown early in the second quarter. And, Phil, we met with this team and the coaches. Did you have any idea they were going to come out with this kind of start?
No, I didn't, Jim. They're doing a terrific job on the offensive side and scoring those points. I love what they're doing on the defensive side. Hey, when it's not working, you know what you do? You change game plans. That's what I want to see from the defense.
The Jaguars bringing their offense onto the field. It wasn't a very productive possession for them last time out, partner. They ended up punting.
Well, you know what it was? It was a good filling out process. So they got some knowledge by watching the defense and what defenses they tried on them. So you got to take advantage of that knowledge and come out here and make some plays.
Second down and 12.
Oh, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball.
This one's going back the other way. All the way home and all alone. Touchdown.
What a deflating play for the offense. The defense picks up the fumble, takes it.
Xbox record that.
Touchdown, but how long? Look at the blocks. That makes the offense lose its confidence. They're going to have a hard time coming back out on the field and making it happen.
And a touchback. The Jaguars are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck. That's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those kind of mistakes. You got to go out there and be much better.
And it's incomplete.
That incompletion by the quarterback, hey, I give the quarterback, that was just tremendous coverage. The second, he was able to make it complete.
It's going to take.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
The catch.
The quarterback picked up on something. Play here.
That's going to fall.
When you see a receiver running around like corner, well, that
Jaguars are at the line of scrimmage. The formation. There's a going.
credit. This pass. Another incomplete pass.
Daylight here. Here they come. Out in the dime. First down. And tap out.
Oh, that's the end of that.
First down right at the 31. It's the game.
Well, down the drive. Good. Call.
17. Yeah.
we're buying to today's
quarterback.
Team is ready. This one.
No, my stream is messing up. God damn it.
Getting first down at the 38. Over the middle and incomplete that time.
Stream is back.
2nd and 10 coming up. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Flacco's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Has his target. Picks up 8 here. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. They're in the hurry-up mode. There's a flag out. And it's Paul Posluszny who makes the hit. Players for both sides made an appeal, but the referees say it's on the defense. With about a minute to go in the half, it's a first down. The Ravens line up, split backfield.
Clock doesn't stop him with defensive penalty.
Now 1st and 10. On the money. That's a gain of 8. The Ravens, 1 timeout remaining.
Well, when you keep chipping away with these short throws, sooner or later that defense is going to come up, and when they come up, that's when you throw it over the top.
Flacco's completion percentage, 70% on the day.
The quarterback, he's changing the play with the wide receiver with those hand signals.
The Ravens snap it at the 41. Marvin Brown with the catch. Brown's tackles right at the 20. Wasting little time. 1st and 10. Forsett with the reception. That's a gain of 6.
Arm strength is a nice thing to have when the window of opportunity is very small. Quarterbacks with strong arms can still fire it in there. Nice throw right on target by the QB.
To Williams. Williams with the reception. The Ravens with no timeouts left. Ready for intermission. First, one more play. Looking to go up top again on 1st down. It's intercepted.
What type of pass was that?
We'll switch sides and take a break.
Like, that shit makes no sense.
Here in Charm City, back to Baltimore for the 2nd half in just a few moments. The 2nd half is officially underway. And no return as this goes for a touchback. The Ravens offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake. Let it go and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
The Ravens at the line of scrimmage. Split backfield. Halfback sent in motion.
The defensive line, they're shifting. They're getting into a spread look. I think they think this is going to be a pass.
2nd half gets rolling now as he takes the snap. Brown makes the grab.
Well, the defense, they give up a 1st down there. They're behind. They just can't sit back there and keep bending. You got to take some chances. go on the defensive side, and just make things happen. Quarterback likes what he sees out there outside. He's changing the play with the wide receiver.
The Ravens have it at the 39. Finds his mark. Murphy's there to make the tackle. Looks like they're in press coverage here. Now the offense in their hurry-up. Second and short. Toss to the outside. Got a flag. The defense will take the penalty.
The Ravens running back that time, he makes a bad decision. You can't be looking to make every play a big play when you're running the football. Look for a few yards, take advantage of that. He tries for the big play. What happens? He gets tackled for a loss.
Almost to the 40 at the 39-yard line.
Good job by the defense, all shifting inside. They're expecting a run up the middle.
Second down and 9. Got drilled as he throws it. This is third down. Playing press coverage to the outside. Intercepted.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
The Jaguars getting ready to start this drive. It's been a good last few minutes for them, Phil. First, they had the scoring drive on their last possession, and then their defense got the ball right back to them off the turnover.
Yes, and the coaches, they got to take advantage of a situation like this. Everything is going your way. You can feel the momentum. It's building. It's on your side. So the coach has got to be aggressive in his play calls here.
Two hands on the football and has the catch.
Well, don't look at the scoreboards, which tells you you're down by a couple scores. Just concentrate on every single play and try to get another first down.
Thomas got no one behind him, just the quarterback waiting for the snap. First and 10.
Got a flag down here.
The defense accepts the penalty. It's first down as they head to the line. The Ravens come out in a dime package.
Here we go. Ohio. Black round.
Thomas is back in shotgun formation. Baldwin's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. First down on the way. They hurry to the line of scrimmage. Thomas standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap. Elvis Duberville brings the quarterback down.
You know you have a good defense in the NFL when you can sack the quarterback without blitzing, and the defense did it that time.
Loss of 3 on the play. The Jaguars all bunched up here as they get set at the line. Second and 13. Thomas, his pass will go for an incompletion.
Third long situations, a lot of coordinators in this league will run a draw play on third long. Why? Because they're just looking for field position, pick up a few yards, and then by some miracle, if the running back's able to make guys miss, break some tackles, and pick up a first down, man, that's just gravy. Now he's going to change the play, and look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
And that pass is going out of bounds, incomplete. This will be a field goal attempt from 49 yards out. The kick in, it's through there. The kick is good. The game is getting later, and that field goal puts them within striking distance.
Yeah, it did that. And, you know, I think when you look at this game right now, that was a win for the defense. When you get in the second half, all you want to do after each drive is look up at that scoreboard and know that you have the lead.
Touchback now as the ball comes out to the 20. The Ravens offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points. Jim, look at that. The defensive line now shifting to the right.
They'll go ground. They'll mark the football at the 22.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
Second down coming up. Flacco by himself in the backfield. From the shotgun. He'll throw it over the middle. Smith can't bring it in.
Why you can't hold on to the ball?
Well, sometimes when you have a talented receiver, you just got to put up with plays like that. He might drop a few, but when he does catch it, it can make a big play.
Third down now. The Ravens are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback. The running back goes in motion. Third and 8. The pass is off the mark, and that's a 3 and out.
I can't count on you,
Don't have a
Flacco.
lot of options on third and long situations. The pass goes incomplete, and the defense did a good job of staying back there and not giving up the deep throw.
Marshall's going to take this one from the 22. Smith's in on the tackle. That return's good for about 7. The Jaguars back on the field with their offense now. They've scored on each of their last 2 drives and have to be feeling pretty confident right now at the start of this one.
Yeah, it is amazing what the mind can do sometimes on the football field. You go out there and you score, and you feel like nothing can stop you. So it would not be surprised to see him to go out there and have success again.
He's tackled right at the 31. They're going to the hurry.
Here we go.
3-step drop.
This is a sack.
Throws. The incompletion stopped the clock, but 3rd and 8 still to come. From the gun. Makes the reception. The Jaguars call on the punting unit. And it's a fake. They're running a fake.
Anytime you decide to run the football in a punting situation, you're trying to fake the defense out. Man, you got to fool them completely. Why? Because your best runner on the football team is not the guy that's going to be running it in a situation like this. It looked good for a second, but not able to get the first down.
They'll run it off the toss. And that gains 1.
Safeties now in the NFL have to cover like a corner, and they got to tackle like a linebacker. And that time the safety came up, and he tackled like a linebacker and stopped that outside run.
Only 35 yards to the end zone. Press coverage all the way.
Look at the defensive line shifting all down to the inside. They're pinching. They're expecting a run right up the middle.
The Jaguars lined up in the nickel. There's some shifting around in the backfield. They need to get the play off. Handoff by Flacco. Taken down at the 33. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry on the day. The snap will come at the 33. The Jaguars defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. An extra tight end on the field for this one. Gilmore grabs it. The tackle's made, and the first down is picked up.
The Ravens offense has been tough today. They are fighting out there on the field. That's a nice job picking up that first down. It's been fun to watch. They got a small lead here in the second half. We'll see if that first down can lead them to a score.
The Ravens take it from the 23. Takes it from the eye. Nowhere to go as this will be a loss of 3.
The Jaguars defense is so fast and so powerful. That time of the run play, they just overpower the offensive line, and they tackle the runner for a loss.
The Ravens are still in possession as we get this final quarter underway. The line of scrimmage, the 27. Here is the first snap of the final quarter.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Swatted away.
Come on.
Hey, easy call. Be safe.
Come
Put the
on.
pressure on the other team to make the plays on the offensive side to beat you. So right here, you call something very conservative.
Coming to the line at the 27. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage.
Look what the defensive line is doing. They're all pinching down inside. They're expecting a run.
Good throw and good catch right on the sideline. That's his third catch of the day.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
First down and 10. Perriman's taking the handoff. Murphy's going to make the tackle.
The Ravens try to run the football that time down in the red zone. It does not work. I would advise them to go to a different plan and not try that run again.
They'll run it with him again. Baltimore puts up 6. And a second touchdown on the game. That touchdown may have given them all the points they need to put this game away, partner.
Well, they've controlled it almost from start to finish, Jim, so that drive was impressive. Now let's see if their defense can just finish it off. If I had to guess, I like their chances.
And a touchback here will bring the ball out to the 20. The Jaguars back out there on offense. Their last drive, they had 4th down on their own side of midfield. They decided to go for it instead of punting the football away. We both were wondering why.
Oh, man, some people just never learn. They keep going for it on 4th down when they're in their own territory, and it always backfires. And what do you expect? Well, I know what you can expect, another loss. You just got to be smart with your decision-making when you're managing a football game.
Corners are backing off here. They'll send it back to the quarterback out of the gun. And it's batted down.
Well, Jim, now it's time. Even though it's 3rd and long, you can't be over there, playing it safe. That has not worked for you. Time to call a play, take a chance, and get that football down the field.
Thomas has got it in the gun. The pass falls incomplete, and they fail to pick up a first down on this series. Fourth down and 10, and they're going to go for it. The Jaguars get set at the line, needing to get to the 30 for a first. Out of the gun, throws the pass. The Jaguars turn the ball over on downs.
The Jaguars
never want to give me my pick.
On 4th down that time, and hey, it didn't pay off. And of course, the coach, look at him now. He is second-guessing his decision.
They come to the line of scrimmage in an excellent starting point. The Jaguars defense now is going to go nickel. First down at the 20.
the eye. Here's the handoff. It's now 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard rush.
They're changing things here. The quarterback changing. He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Incomplete as he was looking short.
Quarterbacks love to see a receiver have this type of play. Even though he doesn't make the catch, the effort is outstanding, and he's given everything he has to make that catch.
It'll be 3rd and 7 now after that incompletion. Trying to beat the play clock. The receiver comes down, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown. That touchdown, just a little more insurance to what already was a sizable lead, Phil.
Yeah, what a job. You know, look, they had a lot of insurance already in the bank, man. They have controlled the tempo of this game from start to right here in this period early in the 4th. And now if the defense just has anything, if they stop the opponents on this drive, this game is over.
No return. The ball's coming out to the 20. The Jaguars take the field here. Their last possession ended with a very crazy decision going for it on 4th down from their own territory. An unusual decision, to say the least.
I don't know if it's unusual. We see this all the time from this guy. So it's when you're going to learn. You know, I guess when you pile up enough losses, you'll finally say, hey, I want to win a game. I'm going to manage it differently. And in those situations, you should punt.
Okay, if you were playing the game right now, what would you have done with that last possession?
I absolutely would have punted it without question.
It's out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd down following that incompletion. Just a quick drop back. Robinson's got it. 1st down. 1st down coming up. The corners retreating. And now they're in the hurry up. Dropping back 3. Down the field.
Yeah, I just don't want to pick nothing up.
That's a wonderful job that time by the secondary. Everybody's in position. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football, and it leads to another incomplete pass.
Failing to complete that one. So 2nd down here. Looks like they're in press coverage here. Look at that concentration as he makes the grab. Getting set as fast as they can. Now 1st and 10. Screen. Catch made.
Quarterback should have never thrown it that time. Even though he completes the pass, he should have seen the defense was right there. A loss of a couple yards.
Loss of 2 on that play.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of.
Justin Blackman hauls it in. The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. No time to huddle now. Quick drop back. Interception by Webb. It's not getting any better for the offense here late in this game as now they get picked off.
The frustration and the bad play just continues. And, you know, it's so bad the coach can't even yell at the players. All you can do is pat them on the head and encourage them to keep trying.
The offense pinned back in an awful position. The Ravens come out in a jumbo set. Handoff out of the eye. Can't find space, and this will be a loss of 1 on the play.
The Ravens offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens? The run loses yards, That's just a bad job at the offensive line.
Second down with the defense ready to pounce. Flacco will take it from the gun. And it's knocked down.
Defense, play the situation. It's 3rd and long. Don't let a receiver get behind you and make a catch to pick up the first down. Keep it in front of you, and then let them catch it and come up and make the tackle.
Third down and trying to get out of here with their lives. The Jaguars defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. 3rd down and 11. Pass is intercepted. Not a whole lot has gone their way today, partner, but at least they can say we didn't quit in the 4th quarter and made a play coming up with the interception.
Well, you'd like to think, Jim, that you could just take that for granted that they won't quit. You know, that always amazes me. Oh, the team lost, but they play hard. Well, don't we expect them to play hard? You're good players. You're in the pros. You get paid a lot of money. You should play hard all the time.
No margin for error from just outside the goal line. Hurry up, 2-minute offense. 2nd and goal from the 7. Out. Touchdown, Jacksonville Jags. That's his 5th receiving touchdown this year.
Look at that. Everybody at the line of scrimmage. The defense showing a blitz. Nice job by the defense that time stopping a 2-point conversion. It is so tough from the 2-yard line. So many things to think about on the defensive side, but they were ready that time.
James got it. And he steps out of the field of play. That return's good for about 16. The Ravens just gave up some big turnover points. Let's see if they can hold on to the football this time, Phil, because we know how crucial it is. We talked to the coaches about it this week. This was their concern with this team.
Well, if you want to stay on the field, you better quit turning it over, right, Jim? That's what the coaches look. You make mistakes on the field, they're going to be forgiving to a point, but you got to be smart, you got to be efficient, and get the job done.
And now we reach the 2-minute warning. And here we have 2nd down.
Look at the signals. The D-line is all shifting down inside. They're expecting a run right up the middle.
The Ravens from the 32. The hit knocks the ball out, incomplete.
Brown's one of those guys. If he drops a pass or makes a mistake on the field, he doesn't make excuses. He knows no matter what the circumstances are, if you get your hands on the football as a receiver in the NFL, everybody expects you to make the catch.
The Ravens will look to get to the 37 to pick up a 1st down. The Ravens come out with a split backfield. Third down and 5. Looking across the middle and intercepted. The 10 in stride, and he's home for the touchdown.
This guy
Xbox
can
record
do it any
that.
way you want it. He can throw it when nobody's around him.
As with all turnovers, play is stopped now as the crew wants to confirm whether or not that was in fact an interception.
Let's remember, even though it was an interception by the defense, we got to judge it just like we would an offensive receiver. Does he have possession of the football?
This is stupid.
We'll find out.
The Ravens return team is ready. James going to start his return. Just across the 20 and
tackled at the 21. The Ravens are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck. That's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those kind of mistakes. You got to go out there and be much better.
That penalty is, of course, going to be accepted by the defense. The Ravens in another battle here today after playing a tightly contested game just a week ago. The score's 38-30. Gets the handle here. And he gains maybe 3. They call for the timeout to stop the clock. Second down after going to the ground game the first play. Flacco from the shotgun. Intercepted. This is an almost must-convert scenario. Third down coming up here in the late stages. Yes, that's 4-down territory, but you don't want to face make or break at this point.
Yeah, on the defensive side, now it's time for the coach to do his job. Be aggressive. Call a defense that the offense has not seen so far today. If you do that, I think you'll catch them by surprise.
Got a big lane. Picks up 8 here.
Well, when you see a play like this by the offensive player, that is a great reflection on the coach. You can tell they've gone over these situations. When you're fighting the clock and you can get out of bounds, get it done. Good job by the offensive player there.
Picks up about 2. First down. Pressure on every snap now. The Ravens sat at the line. Dime package. The Jaguars take it from the 23. He's hit as he throws it. The Jaguars come to the line. Fourth quarter with 2 timeouts remaining. The Jaguars take it from the 23.
She won't pick nothing up. What is wrong? What are you talking about, man?
Defensive side, I like the fact that you can blitz. Send more guys than they can block. Make the quarterback throw the football quickly and short. Then it's all up to coming up and making the tackle. Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals.
Offense back on the field here for this 4th and 10 play. Back at the line. They're going for it on 4th. Out of the shotgun formation. And he comes down. No, the defender tips it out. Thomas unable to come through on 4th down. And with that failed possession, they may wind up walking out of here today wondering what could have been.
They're going to be so disappointed because all year long in these type of situations, they have been very good. But that was just, it was not meant to be, and they couldn't come through in 4th down.
And I am shocked they were unable to convert. He's in the clear. The Jaguars have to be hoping this doesn't turn out like last week's game. Tough luck losers a week ago and trailing in another type right now, Phil.
We're going to find out if they learned anything from last week's tight loss. If Jim get situations like this, it's about making that one play that gives your team a good chance to win.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. The quarterback did not get the snap in time. That'll be a delay of game.
Takes the knee. How important was this victory today, Phil?
They're all important.
Yeah, that
but
shit
this one
was
gives you that
stupid.
little confidence, makes next week a lot easier to deal with.
For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nantz saying so long.
I don't know what the fuck Flacco was smoking in that shit. All you had to do is loft the fucking ball. The receiver beat me 5 yards.